Alright, so as you can see right here, I have like the holy grail of hockey cards that aren't worth anything. I mean, most of these are 91, 90, 92 series cards, and I got a couple of them from 2012 and 2011. You have ones like these ones that are made with Kodak imaging technology, which you won't be able to see because the camera won't focus on it. Oh, I can see it better like that than I could with my own naked eye. How about that? Anyhow, I'm going to have a jump cut here. Alright, so you can see that I've already started opening some of these cards. I'm having a hard time because I don't know where because the camera's off kilter. And Joey Sakic, he's a legend. Owen Nolan, he's also really damn good. Alright, so this is something that happens in the editing process, and where I realized I made a mistake while trying to film this, in which I shouldn't have been trying to open up every single pack, which I will show you here in a minute. Alright, so as I mentioned, I had made a mistake when I'd opened all of these up. I mean, I had filmed a little bit, cutting out and stuff in the video process, and then I made quite a few mistakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consult a Canadian on most of these players. However, the only card that I do know in here that I have that was worth something at one point in time, now it's worth like $2 maybe, is this future superstar Eric Lindros card. Let's see if I get it to focus. If I hold it a little closer, maybe. I don't know. You can see it. It's a future superstar Eric Lindros. This is before he was playing in the NHL, and he would have went on to continue to be more of a freaking legend than he was, but then, yeah, so I'm going to go put all these in a 3-ring binder and try to get back to you. Now, I'm going to have to figure out how to organize all that and whatnot. But anyhow, hope you're enjoying this kind of a clusterfuck so far with a short, fat American trying to tell you about freaking hockey players from a previous generation. Except for these cards up here. These cards up here, Brad Marchand still plays. I mean, these are from 2011-2012 season. So, yeah, let's get to it. Oh, and for the record, I did try the bubble gum, and it tasted like a very faintly strawberry bubble gum flavor mixed with cardboard and death. So, yeah, if you get the cards with the bubble gum in them that's this old, don't try it. Alright, now let's see how this goes. I'm going to open these up. I'm just going to show you page by page. I'm sorry if I'm a little loud. The mic is pretty much right in front of my face. So you can see my hands. Now, I don't understand how some people can sit there and do this with the tripod, considering my hands are not that long. I can't really reach this and not bump the camera. Anyhow, I'm just going to stand off the side of the camera and open this up. Now, these are the Bowman cards from 1990. If you can't tell, this is the 90-91 season. And the Video Interrupter 9000 is trying to get in on this. So, I'm just going to go page to page. I'm not really going to describe anything, but this is what I got. That was it for the Bowman cards. Now, actually, I want to look at something real quick. Now, I don't know if you can really see this, but this is what the stick of gum does to them when they sit in the pack for too long, so you might want to get that out as quickly as possible. Probably way too late for that. Oh yeah, I also have this one. They have some glossy cards, which, as you can see, time hasn't been too good to them on the fading part. Okay, we get to the Score 1990 cards. Now, are these the ones? No, these ones aren't the ones that came with bubble gum. Let's see if I can see anybody that I recognize. Or get them all the way in the binder. Probably be a good idea, but you got to keep in mind about the binders at the dollar store, and I spent more on the freaking sleeves than I did on the cards. Okay. Oh, there's a Patrick Wall right there. In the... Because it's kind of how good he was at goalie. Little Patrick Wall. Of course, you can tell because I'm an Avs fan. There's the one that I talked about, the future superstar Eric Lindros, which apparently has a page all to its own. Then we get to the Topps 1990. These ones also came with bubble gum, and actually I like these cards a lot. Another Patrick Wall. See, because he's that good. Dale Hunter. There's some other players that I don't know that I'm going right past. Like, I think Joe Cirelia, or however the hell you pronounce that, was an okay player. It looks like it on his thing. Well, they have cards on like the whole team, like the Washington Capitals. How topical. I think there's 2 of them in there. And they also have the little checklist thing. I don't know why I gave them their own sleeve. And then we get to the Upper Deck 1990. Now, if you want to get cards nowadays, the Upper Decks are the one to get. See, am I still in frame? Yes, I am. Let's look. And they also have like these oh wait, this. Oh, okay, this is the last part of the freaking set. And they have things there like the player portraits, which I hate that I don't recognize the players right off the freaking top of my head. Oh, obviously Joe Sakic and Rod Langway. And then we get to the ones that I don't like the most, and I'm actually do a little bit of research before I go to the next binder and look up what happened to Pro Set, because these are like the thinnest, cheesiest cards, but they're also not that bad either. But they had like the most ridiculous way that they did it. Hey, look, Hartford Whalers. That's an old team. I'm not really looking too hard at all these. And the New Jersey Devils had green in their logo. They got a Wayne Gretzky. You're always going to find a Wayne Gretzky here and there. Because, well, he was the great one. And if I remember right, at some point in time there's a piece of masking tape in here. If not, it's in the next binder. Because I bought the most of the Pro Sets, and they happen to be the ones I liked the least, next to the Bowmans that I showed you at first, because, well, I could go back and I could pull one out and show you up close that they're kind of, some of them were printed kind of poorly. The Pro Sets are printed good, but they're just thin, cheesy cards, and I didn't like it because of it. And for some unknown reason, I will always get a ton of Flyers cards. I should burn them. Didn't like the Flyers back then, and I don't like them now. Of course, I really only started like watching hockey in like the mid-2000s. Then kind of off, and then back on again. So, you know. See, but this is the problem when it comes down to it, is because I think that these had 2... oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the beginning, this is the end of the first set. Pro Set was classic for doing this kind of thing. They did it with football cards, from what I've been told too, where they had things that were like the President's Trophy, the Art Ross Trophy, the Conn Smith Trophy, which I won in NHL 18 when I took the Rangers of all freaking teams to a cup. But yeah, they had a lot of cards like that. Then I got another Patrick Waugh one. It was goals against average leader. Maybe Carey Price will get smart instead of standing on his head. Maybe he'll go put himself on the trading block and go to the Avs and get him another cup. Then see, I actually marked these ones as Series 2 because I bought so many of these Pro Set cards. I bought 4 packs of the ones for these because the lady just picked them up, and I was just like, well, I already had her having an armload of cards, and so I just kind of just went with it. But these are the Series 2s. And you get team facts for the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Islanders, when I assume that they were worth a shit. Yeah. It also said this. I actually kind of like this, where it was traded to Toronto because they're Series 2s. Obviously, they're printed halfway through the season. I don't know. And then the Pro Set was also classic for this. That was what I was talking about. In the Series 2s, they have officials cards. And, well, they have, it's a Gordie Howe for a Hall of Famer, which is deserved. Because if you want to get the Gordie Howe hat trick. Now, if you don't watch hockey, the Gordie Howe hat trick's where you get into a fight, you get an assist, and you score a goal in the same game. Sorry if my hands were out of screen. But yeah, that was the 1990-91 season cards that I got. If you've seen any of them in there that were worth something that I didn't already have, please let me know. Anyhow, alright, I'm not going to press the record button again, the on-off button again. Anyhow, these binders do get progressively thinner. So this video will actually be sped up. And I also got another fucking light so you can actually see what the fuck you're looking at. So let's open it up. And this is the 91-92 series, and this is what I'm talking about. I like these Topps Stadium Club cards. They're actually really, really nice cards. I really like them a lot. And I kind of want to go back and pick up a few more of them. I think these ones were actually $1 a pack. But as you can see, these are the ones that were made with Kodak imaging technology. Shouldn't have put them first. I should have put the ones I didn't like first. They also had like some sporting news stuff on the back of them. Making sure you could see that. Well, whatever. The only thing that was kind of annoying was the little graphics on the back of them. Make them hard to read. But anyhow, let's go through it. Hey, Marty McSorley. And that Scott Stevens card you seen earlier. I realized I just passed up a couple of Scott Stevens cards, and when I stop talking, this video becomes kind of boring. Another Joe Sakic. As you can see, I don't have that many of these. Joe Sakic, Glenn Healy. I've actually heard of him because it was on the other freaking thing. And then they had these little things that were like a promotional deal that I didn't bother to put in any of the other sleeves. And here's the Pro Sets for... I gotta make sure I grab these in the right order. For 91, which were a little different, a little bit nicer. And I didn't do the research on the Pro Sets, so you might have to wait another fucking 15 years to fucking see that part of the video. Oh, it was Claude Lemieux. I didn't see that one. And yet again, with the Flyers cards. What is with all the Flyers cards? I don't get it. Mario Lemieux. Freaking legend. Wendell Clark, the guy was mean, from what I was told. Paul Coffey, because they got the All-Star cards for these. Apparently they had the All-Star game in Chicago in 91 or 2. That would have been 92. But yeah, that's these ones, and they have a couple of the other ones. This guy was the guy that introduced basically the hockey mask into being used in actual play. Now, it wasn't uncommon to actually see those being used in warm-ups. Anyhow, let's go over. What was his name? Jacques Plant. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce French names. If that offends anybody, freaking yeah. And I have some Pinnacle cards now. This one's funny because doesn't that look an awful lot like freaking Zoolander? I don't know. I just thought that was funny. See him in the turtleneck. Apparently it was a North Stars thing. Well, if you're wondering, the North Stars became the Dallas Stars. If you were ever wondering, I highly doubt. I'm pretty sure that most people that would watch this actually know more about hockey than I do. So that's all thing. And also, the lighting on this should be better with less grainy of a video. Because another thing I bought from the dollar store. Because, you know, I didn't realize that the last part of the video was going to be all freaking grainy and shit, and so... Did I skip a page, or was there a lot of duplicates in here? If I remember, there was a lot of duplicates in that pack. I also have these rookies. I did forgot to even look on them ones. Anyhow. Then we got the Score 91s, which are... They look period appropriate, if I can actually get them over, because... I think there was a lot of duplicates in this one, and these ones too. Not so many on the Flyers cards. Because some of these things, they organize them by team, which I actually like that. It makes collecting the set easier. So, ooh. We've got a Dominic Hasek, top prospect. Because I think his first year when he started was in 92. I think that was him playing in a preseason game. But yeah, no, that's a Topps prospect if I've ever seen one. Another Mario Lemieux card. If I get the fucking page to flip over, and then you get the player portrait of Wayne Gretzky, because Wayne Gretzky's a interesting looking person. So anyhow. I will do the research on the Pro Set stuff, and then I will get the next binder out, because this video is running too fucking long. I almost pressed the on-off button again. Anyhow, the 92-93 season. And I just wanted to let you know, even though I mentioned that I had some slightly newer cards, I'm actually going to put them off, maybe make a different video on them. I'm still going to sleeve them, although I'm going to do it in an orange binder for 2010s because I can. But anyhow, let's get into this. And actually, right off the bat, these Parkhurst cards are actually Pro Set cards. And as I was saying, I was going to talk about Pro Set a little bit. Apparently, Pro Set was a company that was founded in Dallas, Texas, and was known more for making football cards that were very air prone. And I mean, one of the other ones, if I go back, I mean, there was a couple that had airs in them that I actually had, but I don't feel like going back into that. But no, Pro Set, there's no real information on what happened to Pro Set, but Pro Set just kind of started making cards in, like, I think in 89, 90, and then just suddenly disappeared in 93. Who knows? All I know is that this is a Series 2 Parkhurst for the 92-93 season, and this is the Dominic Hasek rookie card. It's actually worth, I think, $3, $3 to $6. I'm not sure. I don't know if Ted Donato was any good. It says it's his rookie card too. I probably should look this up. But anyhow, this is what I got when it comes to the Parkhurst Series 2. Now, these aren't the French ones. These are the English ones. But these Parkhurst cards actually aren't that bad. They just kind of like to stick together in the packs. Another Joe Cirilla. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And now he plays for the Rangers. Well, then he's playing for the Rangers in this season. Got some OPCs, which I actually kind of like these OPCs, other than, well, they're OPCs, which I think are actually from Quebec, if I'm not mistaken. Because they're made in Canada, I know that. I believe that they're printed in Quebec. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Please feel free to correct me on that one. Because I actually had, yeah, because they're printed in English and in French somewhat. Because apparently it's hard to translate career from freaking English to French. Who would have thought? But that's what I got here. And then I also have these Top Stadium Club cards for 92-93. But I don't exactly know on these where it ends off on Series 1 to Series 2. I know that they just go in progressive numbers, but, you know, things. Was that the year that... No. Okay, no. That's not when they moved. Another Dale Hunter. Yeah. I really like these cards. These ones are harder to read on the back because, well, right here where it gives you, like, the person's stats, it shows, like, a little graphic of a player behind it, and you can't really read it unless you look at it really close, so that's stupid. And look, another Dominic Hasek. So that would be a rookie card as well. But the beauty about these Topps cards is they also tell you what their rookie card is of somebody. So, it would have said his rookie card was from... Okay, whatever. Because this would be a rookie card. I don't know. I'm confused now. Let's just continue on with this since this is going on a little bit too long. I hope you're enjoying this video. I mean, I'm sorry at the first part of this there was a lot of pauses where it was just silence and hearing me flipping pages. But no, I'm actually enjoying doing this right now. So, I hope you're enjoying this too. I mean, if you're actually watching into this long, I appreciate it. It really helps me out. And if you were actually, you know, ever wanting to, you know what's weird is I had a Robert Probert card in here. Where the hell is it? Is it on the last page? Nope, apparently not. Oh well. But I do appreciate everybody here watching this. If you enjoyed this, I mean, with where I got these cards from, I could always, you know, turn around and they had some older baseball, freaking football, basketball cards too. I could always go pick some of them up, but I'm actually going to do it in a better format in which I'm actually going to, you know, not like buy like 300 plus cards at once and then open them all up and realize I'd made a gigantic mistake. Because if I would have showed you what I was going to do before, this video would be the next 3 years long. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed videos like this, please let me know. But yeah, no, I'm more than happy to go pick up some more of these older cards, because these NHL ones were actually, the most expensive pack that I bought was $1. I mean, most of them were like 50 to 75 cents. And so, yeah, no, if you enjoyed this, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment. If you have any, if you want to see me do anything else on anything else like this, let me know. I'm always willing to do the kind of stuff that people want to see. Anyhow, I'm Spaztastic. This is a video on a different thing, and thank you for watching.